Joined alongside by UFC welterweight newcomer Kenny Robertson. Coming up this Saturday night, UFC 126, he battles Mike Pierce in the undercard. Kenny, thank you very much for your time. Let's talk about your big fight coming up and your UFC debut against Mike Pierce. Certainly going to be an interesting matchup.
Well, I guess so.
I mean, are you excited about making your UFC debut? I know you're supposed to make your UFC debut in Germany a couple of months ago, but that fell through. What happened?
Well, just a regular day sparring, and I threw a kick, and I broke my big toe, and it's kind of amazing what you can't do with your big toe. If the fight was like a couple of days away, I still would have fought, but it was a month out, and I just couldn't. I couldn't barely walk, so I wouldn't have been able to train and stay in shape and everything for the fight, so I had to back out.
Now you have won. You're undefeated in mixed martial arts and really are looking to continue that undefeated streak coming up this Saturday night. Talk to us about your opponent, Mike Pierce. He's 8-2. He's won 3 of 4 inside the octagon.
Yeah, he's a tough guy. I mean, he's very powerful. I think he's actually 13-3, but
well, he's won 3 out of 4 in the UFC.
Oh, yeah. He's a very tough guy. Good wrestling. Comes straight forward. I think my wrestling is better than his wrestling. I think my stand-up is going to be a little bit better. But at the same time, he's got the knockout power. He's able to grind on people and wear them out. So we'll have to see what happens.
Now, you haven't fought since August when you defeated John Colossi. Do you have any kind of reservations regarding cage rust or octagon rust?
It's not that long, I don't think. So, no, I'll be fine. It's just, if you train for it, I don't really believe in the octagon rust or fight rust.
Well, one thing that fighters have said time and time again when they make their UFC debut is octagon jitters. This is your first time here in Las Vegas. Obviously, it's a huge card, UFC 126, a stacked card from top to bottom. That'll be airing on Saturday live and only on pay-per-view. But do you feel any jitters? Are you nervous at all?
Not really. I think I got rid of all the jitters I would have had in Detroit. I went up and watched the Detroit fights, and I was like 3 rows away, and I'm looking at the screen. I'm like, man, those guys are big and fast, and I'm looking at them in the cage, and I'm like, that's just another fight. I mean, that's what it is too. It's just another fight.
How's training camp gone in preparation for this fight?
Very well. I still coach wrestling. I still teach full time, but I was able to get just a really good workout schedule built and worked out every day at least once, and I feel more prepared than I ever have for a fight, so it's gone good.
Let's talk about some of the intangibles. I mean, obviously, are you on weight? You're naturally 170, but tell us about your weight, and also, kind of dealing with, the bright lights of Las Vegas, and also any other things that are going through your head at the moment.
Well, usually I walk around about 185. I just started my cut early, and I actually a very easy cut because I did start taking my weight down in advance, and it's actually been one of the easiest cuts I've had, down to 170. Bright lights, it's another city. It's, there's people are friendly. I'll worry about all that bright light stuff after Saturday. Probably around 4:40, I'll worry about all those bright lights when, I'm done fighting. So.
Being from Illinois, you obviously, tell us about the snowstorm. I mean, we were encompassed by it a lot. I know a lot of other people were as well. You were kind of sitting on pins and needles, but, tell us about, aside from dealing with fighting in the UFC for the very first time, you also had the weather to deal with in the Midwest.
It was a little scary because we're sitting on the plane on Tuesday, and we were supposed to leave at noon, I think. Yeah, noon, and we didn't get out of there until 2 o'clock. We're sitting on the airplane, and I'm just thinking, they're not going to let us take off, and they let us take off. But I got really, really lucky with the snowstorm because, I do teach, and, obviously I'm not going to call in sick because, people know that I'm fighting here. I used my 2 personal days earlier when I fought John, and so I was going to get docked like $200 a day. So my school had snow days. I get paid for those days. It's a good thing.
So it worked out for you.
Yeah, it worked out very well.
Now, what can fans expect? For those, you're relatively unknown on the scene a little bit, but what can fans expect when they watch Kenny Robertson fight Mike Pierce this Saturday?
I'm not going to say I'm going to take him down, I'm going to stand up with him or anything like that. I just like finishing people. I like winning. And if it has to go to decision, I'll take it to decision. But I'm going to try to find a way. I'm not even going to try. I'm going to find a way to win. All right, no matter what. If it means choking him, it means ripping an arm off, it means knocking him out, TKO, whatever, or just grinding on a long grinder. It doesn't matter. I'm going to find a way to win.
Kenny, greatly appreciate the time. Also, Super Bowl prediction, Steelers or Packers? Who do you got?
I don't care. The stinking Bears lost. I can't believe that. I'll probably go with the Packers. I think they're going to pull it off. So.
Kenny, greatly appreciate it. Good luck on Saturday night, your UFC debut against Mike Pierce.
Thank you.
Kenny Robertson joining us here.